Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. It is Christmas Eve. It's my son's birthday. It is December 24th, 2020. And it's been an amazing and blessed day. That is for sure. My son opened all his gifts. He's 22 years old. He lives at home. He is autistic, but he is an amazing young man. He's a big Cleveland Browns fan, so we got a lot of Cleveland Browns stuff. He loves wrestling, so he got a lot of wrestling decorations and decor, which is what he asked for. And I baked a cake, and we sang happy birthday, and he is happy as a clam playing his Nintendo Switch video game. So that's where we're at today. I did do some spending today, and my husband's pay actually came in a day early because Christmas Day, the office hours are closed, so we're doing paycheck to paycheck. And so today's the 24th. His paycheck already got here. We are good to go. I'm excited because couldn't come any sooner. The bank account was dwindling down, but that was because I went ahead and did $1,000 deposit to my savings account for our emergency fund, our beginning process of our fully funded emergency fund. We are officially consumer debt free. We do have a mortgage on the house, but we are so excited to be here and so excited to be done with debt and paying on debt. So anytime you see anything that says like Visa here, that is not a debt payment, that is paying it off monthly. And that's not for everybody, and it's not what Dave Ramsey recommends, which is who I follow and who I trust in authority of how to get out of debt. But at the same time, I get to make my own decisions. And this is a decision me and my husband have made. And this is what we're doing. So, yeah. So we just make sure it's paid off. But as soon as it's not paid off in 1 month and we have to pay any kind of interest, yeah, we're going to close it. But until then, we're going to keep doing this. So what have we got going on? Paycheck to paycheck. I've had to use 3 monthly budget pages here. I've got to add to this here in a little bit, but we're just going to do paycheck to paycheck. And I got all kinds of sticky notes and reminders of what's going on. We'll put that off to the side. And I'm going to zoom you into the mess of paycheck 2. Now, this paycheck to paycheck, closing out paycheck 2, going into paycheck 3. I'm not sure what I did, but my numbers were nowhere near right. I know I have everything listed as far as transactions, but it was to the point where I couldn't figure out what I was doing. So much was coming in, so much was going out, and I could not keep up, and that was the problem. So what I recommend, if you're in that kind of snag of a situation and you are tracking, but you're ending one pay period and going into another, start fresh. Don't even try to find it if it's like $100 or more, or even $50 or more. Just start fresh. And hopefully you're not in the negatives, you're in the positives. Luckily, we're still in the positive, we're fine. I just had to readjust things. And the way I did is I lowered the income by $400. And I'm not sure why it wasn't adjusted in there properly. But I just dropped it down from the $491 I had in here earlier, if you look at my previous videos, just to make this number match so that my balance will work out. I don't care where it went or what happened. I know I didn't do anything wrong as far as the bank side and what was going on there. So what I want to do is go ahead and close out paycheck 2 and go ahead and set up paycheck 3. So here we go. This is paycheck 2, and we're getting ready to close this out. So essentially, we had in the bank account about $5,647.77. That of income came in for the pay period. Let me see, what were the dates? He got paid on the 11th to the 24th. So that's what this is covering, the 11th through the 24th. And the only thing I need left to put in this one is the grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, and gasoline, what we actually spent, and what we're over in, what if we're under anywhere, and things like that. So that's what we're going to do here. I did put a line item thinking I would transfer cash into our savings account for travel expense because my husband's travel expense cash came in, but I haven't done that yet, mainly because I had cash left over from in the savings account, and I'll show you guys later. Well, I can show you right now. In our savings account tracker, which I have back here, there we go. So what I had done was I took what was left saved for home projects, and we had our son's room painted, both sons, and their bathroom painted. This was left over in the savings account, and I took that money and I put it towards the $270 I already had saved for travel expense savings. Now, my travel expense savings is for my husband. When he travels for business, he has to pay out of pocket for travel expenses, and then he gets reimbursed by the company. Well, for us to feel safe and secure, we try to keep about $720 in savings as he's traveling, and when he needs it, he pulls it out of there. And I just move it to the checking account, and he takes care of it from there. So we wanted to rebuild that up to $720 because on average, if he leaves for about 2 months, which he hasn't done a full 2 months in over a year, then I know I have enough to cover bare minimum of what he needs. Though we do plan to bump it up to $800 sometime after the first of the year, because the job that he does, he's a contractor for the Navy, and with COVID, he has to do a COVID test before he goes aboard a ship and becomes part of the crew as a contractor. And so they're asking the civilians that travel with them to pay for their own COVID test now. It's getting expensive, so apparently the government doesn't want to pay for it anymore. I'm like, whatever. But I believe the company is going to reimburse him back for the COVID tests. As far as we know, that's how it's supposed to work. So we'll see. So we're going to bump that up a little bit. But for right now, I want to get at least to $720. And then next year, sometime in January, we're going to bump that up again to $800. But I transferred. So this got deposited here. This is just my note. I'm not quite ready to write all this down in. And then I transferred, or not transferred, but I had deposited in our from our Visa rewards card the cash value of the rewards, and it was $150. So we took that $150. They put it in our savings account. So I applied it to this. So to reach that $720, all I need to do is put this $46.75. So that's the savings tracker. That's what that was about. Originally, when I first started this budget, I was going to just do a line item like I did here, but I'm just going to write 0 because we had that $150 transfer in, and that was fine, and I just didn't need to worry about that. Now, I do have Sprint. That was 82 in the beginning, but then it dropped down to 45 cents. So I'm going to change that, the 82 minus 45, and that was 37 cents difference. So we're going to account for that right there. Now our grocery household, I already have that tallied up for each category, and you'll see in my weekly check-in this weekend on how that worked out in the weekly check-in and what the numbers were there. But for now, I'm just going to put the totals in. Grocery household was $425.55. Not too bad considering it's Christmas. My parents are here. They did travel. They self-isolated in their home for a few weeks, and then we self-isolated and then met up. So we feel very confident and safe that we will not expose each other. Besides, we all have health compromising issues, diabetes or whatever, or just random health issues that could be compromised, and none of us really want to compromise each other, so we wouldn't have gotten together if we felt that was an issue. So we are over in this category, but we will be fine. We still have plenty in the buffer to cover it. Restaurants, $368.06, which, these overages I am not upset about, because compared to what we did last year, I was like $1,600 for the month in grocery household over December, and I don't think we're that close yet. So, and that's okay. Miscellaneous, let's see, 142.72, and then gasoline was 126.18. So now that I have filled all this in and I've done all the math here, hopefully it comes out correct. Let's see, the 425.55 minus 230.66. Woo, let me see if that balance went up any. I may not have adjusted that. Yes, I added $100 here, so this number actually changed, and I had not properly changed it here, so that was 330. Okay, there we go. Now I got the correct numbers. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and do the math. No, I'm over in grocery by 90 some dollars, so let's check that out. 425.55 minus $330.66. And yes, I am over by $94.89. And I know I did it backwards. I should have started with this number. So let's start with this one. That was grocery household. Restaurants is $366.15. Okay, now I'm going to subtract $368.06. And that gives me the overage of $1.91. That's not a lot, but it's still an overage, but we were pretty close, so that's okay. And the reason we went over for restaurants is, like I said, my parents in town, and we went out to dinner, or not went out to dinner, but we went and picked up dinner from Red Robin for 6 of us. So that was like $100 bill. And my dad gave me cash, but I haven't put it in the bank, so I can't really offset that. So I'm going to just go negative, and that's fine. I used the cash for something else, and it'll all come out in the wash in the end. So I am under miscellaneous because instead of putting things under my miscellaneous account, I put it in my unbudgeted, and that's where I took it out of my buffer, what was left in the checking account. So 146.32. I'm going to subtract a 142.72, and that will give me $3.60, and that's a positive, and that works. And then I have gas. Well, I had gas. I bought gas this morning, so we'll see how much that was. I don't even know how much we spent on gas, but you'll see that in my weekly check-in next time. $150.64 minus the 126.18, and here we go, 24.28. All right, so now that we've got all that, let's start up here. So I'm going to go ahead and total up all these transactions going through, and I'm going to do it in fast speed so you guys don't have to sit there and watch so painfully. And then I'm going to add all these totals up, and then we're going to do the income minus expenses and see how much we had left over before my husband got paid, and then set up Paycheck 3, and you'll see how much he had left, or yeah, how much he has in the bank account as of right now, and or this morning when he got paid. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So this is the total I spent, $4,933.12 on all my expenses, my spending categories, my unbudgeted items that I didn't know I was going to spend until later. And we're going to write that number down here at the very bottom. I got something blocking the way, so hold on one moment. There we go. So here at the bottom, we're going to take that number and write it here on our totals, $4,933.12, and we're going to add that to, or subtract that from the total here of what we deposited, and I adjusted for because I based it on the bank account, not my numbers here. And once you base it off your bank account, you know it's actual numbers, so that's fine. Plus $5,647.77. And that gives me a rollover balance for Paycheck 3, $714.65. So that's the difference between these two numbers, and that's what I'm going to put here. I'm not going to worry about the over-under because I know I've messed it up somehow. So now we're going to start that. Now, as you can see, I've already filled that in because I did the numbers this morning because I knew they were going to be off, and I just had no idea. Now, this is originally a Paycheck 5 sheet, and these stickers, just because I've had to write 2 pages worth, I went ahead and did left this Paycheck 3 in and added another Paycheck 3, but by adding a sticker, so that's why that's there. Let's see. Okay, so in the bank account this morning, we had the $714.65 plus my husband's pay, which was $2,269.53. And he did not have any overtime, even though I wrote OT there. He didn't actually have any overtime. And this is what we're going to budget off of, $2,984.18. So now that we're budgeting off of that, I need to look at my calendar and see what expenses we have left. Okay, so based on my calendar, on what has not cleared for the month of December, and I need to hold it up so I can see it better. I need, let's see what's going to happen next. So EveryDollar is going to come out for my EveryDollar app that's linked to my bank. And that's going to be $9.99. I got an email the other day that said it was dropping to $9.99. And I think it's just how they adjust. First part was $10.59 for a few months, and then the second half is $9.99, so it would equal the amount that they charged for the entire year. So there's that, and then sinking funds. So sinking funds, what was the total that was going to be? $329.68. Okay, plus the 69.99. All right, that's not right. Hold on one moment. So sinking funds is $468.86. And then I'm going to have come out of sinking funds sometime this month, Apple.com. Let's see. What do I call it? Microsoft. It's the Microsoft package. And that is 60. Oops. Let me erase that real quick. $69.99 a year. So that's going to come out of the sinking funds. And so there's that. I'll have that ready in the bank. And then the next thing I have is our tithing on that Sunday, the 27th. And this is just our general fund to the church. And then city utilities. And that is going to be $100. So on the months I don't have a city utility bill, which is every other month. So 6 months of the year I get a bill, 6 months of the year I do not. On the months I don't get a bill, I just give them a flat $100. And then when the bill comes the next month, that's already credited to the account, and it's a close to 100 to 115 or maybe less, depending on how much water or things like that that we use that are charged to the bill. So that's what that is. and that's why it's an even amount. And that is it as far as bills go. There's not a lot at this paycheck period where we have a lot of bills coming out. This is usually where I get most of the money that we have for savings, and I transfer there. But because I carried over so much from the previous month, which was overtime money for Christmas stuff, I went ahead and took $1,000 out and put that into savings. I will put here roof repair. And we're going to go ahead and budget out the $1,250 that they quoted us. So we have a patch of roof that we're going to have repaired because there was a leak, and then they're going to remove a satellite dish that's on that side of the roof as well. I don't think that's the cause of the leak, but that's what we don't want it, and we want it gone. So we just had asked them to do that as well. So it's a lot of things combined that equaled this amount for the roof repair, and I am happy with that because our roof is only 7 years old, or 4 to 7 years old. It's not very old at all. When we first moved in, it was 3 to 6. Now it's been a year and a half later. It's about 4 to 7. So that is a big chunk of change. So that's where the money is coming from at the end of this month. So let's go ahead and do the tally here and see how much this is. And now that I've put that, what I meant to do here, let me see if math will work. 468.86. So I'm talking about the sinking funds and then that sinking fund. I don't, because they're happening simultaneously, I don't want to move the deposit, even though the money's going to come out of our checking. So I'm going to change this because these are going to happen at the same time. And it goes to a savings account, but I don't want to move that money that many times from bank account to bank account. So I'm just going to lessen how much I put into my sinking funds this month and leave the money into savings, and that will be the deduction of what that is. And that'll give me a true accurate number of this Microsoft that's going to come out. I just don't know what day it's coming out. I thought it was going to come out second paycheck, and it didn't. So I had a line item for it. So let's do the total here. I got $9.99. Oh, before I get too far in it, I still got to do my grocery. So what I have done for these categories here, my spending categories, these numbers are going to be extremely low because I was over so much in the previous categories, and that's fine by me because what it is, whatever the overage is for the rest of this month or next 7 days, it's just going to come out of the buffer, and that's fine. I'm not concerned about that at all because we have enough in the buffer, a few $100s that will cover any overage that we have. So we are going to go over $1,000 that I wanted to budget for Christmas, or not Christmas, but grocery household for the month of December. We are going to go over, for restaurants, and we're trying not to go over miscellaneous anymore. And then gasoline, we're not going to go over. We'll be fine there. So right now I only have $5.11 left over in grocery household from the previous paycheck 2 to paycheck 3 for the entire month. And this is all I have left from that $1,000 goal I set myself every month. And so I know I'm going to go over in groceries. I'm fine with that. Restaurants, $73.09. We'll go over, but I don't think we're going to go over. Well, I'll take it back. We might go over $100 in that category, but we'll see. Miscellaneous, we are at $12.19. And then gasoline, we're at $86.78. I do know that I bought gas this morning and it was probably $50 or there and about. So we'll see. You'll see that in the weekly check-in to see how much that is. But this is what I'm budgeting for this time period. So now I can come in and total all these numbers up. Again, I know the actuals are going to be higher than this. That comes out of our buffer and unbudgeted section, so that's fine. We'll just keep an eye on it and make sure we don't go too far over because we still have to pay that $1,250 for the roof thing, and that's actually happening at the end of the month on the 30th, which I was surprised so close to New Year's that they would work, but apparently they are. So all right, so that's the amount. And as you can see here, it is below what we have for the budget to work with, and I am happy with that. So let's go to the bottom down here and put in my totals. So I'm total budget spending, this is what we believe we're going to spend, is $2,316.02, and that minus that from the income, $2,984.18. That gives us $668.16. I'm going to double check that number, and I'll let you know during the weekly check-in if that is accurate. But right now, that's fine with me. That's close enough. I'll know more before the next round of paychecks, which are coming. I've already seen a pending deposit for the next round of paychecks. I don't think I'll use both pages of Paycheck 3, but that's okay. I have both of them here just in case we do. And we'll see what the actuals are. So, yeah, that is our paycheck to paycheck budget. Sorry, it may have been confusing or a little different. I just really don't know where I messed up here based on the bank and based on what my actual numbers are. And I give actual real numbers. You see everything that I see that happens in my bank account, and yeah, I don't know where I went wrong, but the numbers were skewed somehow. So that's okay. We're going to make it work. And we'll come back here. And yeah, so that's what that is. That's Paycheck 3. And I am done and done. So I hope to see you next time in new paychecks in the beginning of the new year in January. I'll be setting up my January budget. I will be doing my December end of the month review, and I will be doing my weekly check-in in a couple of days. So I will see you with all those videos coming up soon. I hope you have an amazing and blessed Christmas and holiday season. And if this is after that, have a happy new year, and I will see you guys in the new year. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.